Hello everyone, this is Shelby with Shelby Creations. Welcome back. We did our cover last time, and all I did was, pull this back some, is add a grommet and simply tie a piece of dyed seam binding for my closure. Very simple. I went ahead and did my holes, which it looks like I may be a little uneven, well, maybe not. But I do have my holes for my seam binding. And, or not for my seam binding, but for my signature. And that's what we're going to work on, our signature. And I went ahead and pulled some papers and cut them to fit, because I don't want to do flips on this one. Because I've always wanted to do like a Victorian style cover. So I figured that the lace would work on this. So got this done, and our papers are simply excuse me, I have aged paper here. I've got some tea dyed regular paper. I've got a piece of the faux vellum that I did, only this is the one that I did on the thin vellum, so that came out really nice. More dyed paper, another piece of that, but instead of on just the vellum, I did it with a napkin. So there's that one. More of the regular, more tea or coffee dyed on that one. An old envelope, which I think I have in here upside down. Yeah, turn that around. Short, now I've got, the center is just a short piece of paper, and then it goes back with the same. So what I want to do is to fit all of these into here. Now, the best way to do that is to get my papers as firmly together on an end, and then I simply clip it on that side, and then on this side, because I have this shorter one, I'm going to use this longer paper clip. Make sure I have them all the way down, and that will hold that one there. Now on the back, I have marked my holes. So I'm going to take my thick piece of fabric, which I have already put my needle in my thread, but I know my needle's not going to go through these papers. So hold this on here, and with my pokey tool, simply poke down through all those pages. Now I did find that when I did my holes, and I tried to measure them so that they would all be the same, the holes in here didn't, they were just a tad off from the what I have in here. So what I want to do is come here, make sure I have my envelope situated right and my cover situated right. Let's see, which, this way. So it's going in like this. Double check. Yeah. Now, a lot of times we come in through the bottom, or in through the middle, up through the bottom or top, and vice versa. Well, I want to string beads on the back of here, but or a dangle, but I don't want to have to add something to that. So the easiest way I have found to do this, and yes, this will go against all the norms that we have been taught, is to start at the top. I'm simply going to go in the hole that I made, come out here, and then go into the top hole. I can find out where I made it. There it is. There. Now I'm going to come in through the middle, and then in through the middle on my papers. This is kind of hard to see upside down. Pull that down quite a ways, and then go into the bottom. Oh. I know I made the hole. Now there's a lot of play in the thread right now, but that's mainly so I can see where I'm going. Because it's hard when you're trying to do stuff and you're not right over it. The only thing I don't want to do is to get my threads mixed up or crossed. So we have that, and if I pull this way, it lines it up just by simply tugging on that way. Now I'm going to go back. I came out here, so I'm going to go in through the middle, find my hole there, and back up through this one. And as I do so, I'm going to go ahead and pull that snug, and then go down through my top. Now to do this, I'm going to hold this one down and go in where I came out of. Just like that. Get my thread off of there. And then pull both of my threads taut here, so that I don't have that much play at all in here. Then I'm going to snip this end off, giving myself plenty of length, and then do my tie up at the top. Pulling it snug as we do. Okay. And then come down this way. And there. Now I have my strings attached at my top. I can also add a loop here if I want to add a dangle, or even loop it into the top here. So there's the outside. There's our signature all in. I can remove my clips. And there we have it. Yes, I'm over here, but I may want to do tucks or whatever, so I've left myself the option there. Now, while I have this way, as you can see, a lot of things show on the back. I can see my grommets. I can see my string, and I can see where I wasn't quite even with my lace. Turn this off. Well, it's kind of hard to do it when it's at this angle, but what I want to do now is work on the cover. And I went ahead and picked out some lace that I want to use. So the first thing I want to do, I picked these out to come down on the edges, and to cut just over, come over that edge just a little bit there. So, and they are a little bit longer than what I need, but that's okay, because whatever I trim off goes in my snippet bag. Trim that part off. Now I'm going to come in with my glue. My glue. And I'll put it right along that edge, making sure that that's going to cover that area. Well, not cover, but be on there quite a bit. And that gets put down just like that. Now, I've got another piece in here for the other side. Roll that over. And this, all I need to do is trim these points off here. And then glue down this side, just like I did the other, making sure it comes over just a tad. All the way down and up. Now I know this is coming up a little bit, so I'm gonna put just a bit under there. Put my glue back down here. And then on goes this piece of lace. Pretty eyelet with a satin trim to it. That is so pretty there. Now, the next thing is I don't want to put my top and bottom on yet. So I want to work on this spine. And I have this lovely piece here that was gifted to me. Find the right side and wrong side. And I thought I would just come down right along there to cover that spine. So trim this off here. And this is quite a thick one. So have to put my glue on this side. And this may take a bit of glue because this is a heavy-duty piece of lace. Come in here and do the flowers next. And then all around the edge here. Don't want to miss any little areas. Because this is what's will get used quite a bit on the cover. So I'll put that down there. Now it can stick up a little bit. I'm not worried. There. Now our eyelet has a raw edge. So to cover that, let me find my two pieces I cut. I have this one and I have this one. But before I put those down, I wanted to tack down this little piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift this up because this has to go under the edge there. I forgot all about it till I seen it in there. Just like that. Now, and all that is a piece of pink netting. So, put that down, then find the right way of this, and that will simply get glued there. So, glue this side. Well, before I do that, let me get the other side of this netting on this side before that glue sets. Because it's got to go on both pieces, front and back. Just like that. Now if we find that anywhere that our glue's not holding, we can always come back and re-glue it. So I'll put this down. I have to lay it down to do it. Try to do it far enough up to where you can see what I'm doing. Over here. And then I want to come all the way to the point and out on here. I can hold it down. It's there. Get my fingers all in the glue. And down here, one more. Just like that. And then I'll come in and put this right there. And then those tips will hold that netting down. Okay, there's one side. And see which is front, which is back. Then I'll do the same over here. If my glue wants to cooperate. Put a piece down there. And then do each of these little points. Just like that. And one more. And then this goes on the back. Just like that. Get it in place. Pushing my netting down. There. Now, I'm going to double check that that is my front. I find that envelope. Yeah, so this is my front. Now, I found this applique that I like, but the applique had a hard piece that stuck up, and I didn't want that. So I mean, it was this piece here. And the lace is quite stiff, but I like the way it lays out. And I thought that would look pretty right there on the front. So that's where I want to put that one. So I come in here with my glue. Come on down. This does take quite a bit of glue to put lace on, but it is well worth it. Get it in the center, all up here, to make sure you get plenty of it down there. And then put that right down there. Now, I don't want to not use this piece. Excuse me. So what I'm going to do, right on the back, is put my glue and I want to tuck this right under my upper edge, just so it peeks out there a little. Give it a good press, and then because I am using pink, I picked this little piece out to go on the center. And then, of course, glue, glue, glue. There. And that will go right in the middle. And that is the way this one is going to look. Oh, no, 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 no. I forgot my top and bottom pieces. I found this really pretty, delicate looking lace that I'm going to finish off these edges with. I notice that this does stick down a tad too much, so I'll trim that part off there. I almost forgot about these. Come on, glue. And then this will go all the way across. Now before I close this up, I'm going to leave it laying out straight so that it can dry. Piece of fuzz on there. Oh. Then I can trim these ends off. There goes that side. Turn it around so I can get to this one. And then I will glue this end up. Probably should have trimmed that off, but I can do that afterwards. Now see, this is coming up here. Simply going to go under there with a little bit more glue and down to here. Take my other piece and top this part off. There. My fingers have so much glue on them right now. What did I do with my lid? And this is my cover. Like I said, I've always wanted to do a Victorian style journal. So I do realize I have to come in and trim off some of these little pieces, but that's okay. I'll need to trim that where the back came in. But yeah, I love this. This is turning out really nice. And then with my ties, I did leave the piece that the tie end on there along with a pretty good length. And then if I don't need this much, if I have some that, let's say if I need to trim this amount off, I'll have that much that I can use for tags. So this is what we've done so far. Let me know in the comments what you think. And I think that's gonna be it for today. We'll start with working on the inside in the next video or so. So I'm excited about this one, guys. I hope you are too. If you are, give me a thumbs up. And welcome to all of my new subscribers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back to those of you that have been following me. And we're going to have a lot of fun with this. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.